allow that person to appreciate that you care about them. You see, I've found that if I treat people the way I want them to be, they are much more likely to become that sort of person. They're much more likely to change. You see, for instance, devotees, someone recently sent me a message, Panditji, my past is behind me. My life is so different now. But when I think about those difficult times in the past, Panditji, I'm moved to tears, Panditji. Dear friends, if your husband, as an example this morning, is not treating with you as much respect as you know that he should be, don't sink down to his level and act disrespectful as well. No, my friends, sow a seed. Treat him respectfully anyways and watch that man begin to change. Some would say, if he is lazy, dear friends, then treat him as if he were a hard worker. He may do 1,000 things that you don't like, but find the one thing in which you can compliment him and encourage your husband for that. You see, it is easy to nitpick and find fault, but our goal is to bring out the best in people. Our job is to encourage, to build up, to challenge people to rise higher. I heard about a man who went out to get a newspaper, and this is just a story, kahani. I heard about a man who went to get his newspaper one day. You know, in the United States of America, newspaper are delivered to your doorsteps. And as he opened the front door, a little dog owned by another neighbor living across the street was bringing the neighbor's paper to him. So the man laughed and he hurried back inside and got the dog a little biscuit. And that little dog left there just as happy as can be. So the next morning, friends, when the man went to pick up his newspaper, he opened the door and he found that same little dog sitting there. But guess what? Next to the dog were 8 of the neighbors' newspapers. You know what the dog wanted? The reward. Dear friends, human beings also respond similarly to treats. And I'm saying treats meaning to positive responses, to encouragement, especially when people are treated with praise, with admiration, with appreciation. Husbands this morning, wives this morning, you should be the other person's greatest cheerleaders. Husbands and wives, boyfriends and girlfriends, co-workers, whatever you are, brothers and sisters, you must be that other person's greatest cheerleader if you want to have a wonderful relationship. Don't get lazy in this area, friends. Learn not to take each other for granted. Dear friends, be free. Be free with your compliments and be quick to vocalize them. I recently read this very beautiful statement. Listen to what that statement says. It goes like this. Your thoughts don't bless anybody but you. You can think good thoughts about somebody all day long, but it's not going to do them one bit of a good. You must verbalize those thoughts. Speak them out. Every day, try to find somebody you can compliment. Someone that you can build up. Dear friends, it is not just for your loved ones, but when you go to places where service is being provided to you, as an example in a restaurant, if a waiter gives you a good service, don't just think about that person and how good they're doing, but tell that person, thank you so much for being such a fine waiter and taking good care of us today. You see, friends, those positive words might make that person's day. What I'm telling you, my friends, it is not a story. But 2 years ago, I went to a restaurant and the waiter was so very grumpy. She was so annoyed. She was late with everything. But she brought a drink eventually for me. Very tall glass of coconut water. And it was the sweetest coconut water I've had in a long time. And notwithstanding, I was so disappointed with the service. But I said to her, sister, thank you. This coconut water has made my day. I'm sure you would have really gone to the back and chose carefully. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Dear friends, soon after that, within seconds, that young lady broke down in tears. And she said, you are the first person that spoke kindly to me for today. I'm having so much problems in my life. I was even contemplating suicide. Dear friends, today, 2 years later, that person is a very dear friend of mine. All it took was a word of encouragement. You're listening to the program Shanti Vandana on The First, The Finest.